Hi guys, welcome to the first video of Codeigniter. This entire series is made for anyone who want to learn Codeigniter from beginning. This would be ongoing course and each video will focus on different topics of Codeigniter. Hopefully by the end of these tutorials you will have a good knowledge of Codeigniter and can develop web applications. So in this particular video we are going to focus on what is Codeigniter and some features of Codeigniter. Codeigniter is a PHP framework which is used to develop web applications and it is most popular framework in industry. Codeigniter is easy to learn, use, handle and customize. It is a lightweight framework and has rich set of libraries and helpers. By using Codeigniter, you will save a lot of time if you are developing a website from scratch. It works on MVC pattern, which separates presentation and logic parts. URLs generated by Codeigniter are clean and search engine friendly. Not only that, a website which is built in Codeigniter is secure too, as it has the ability to prevent various attacks that takes place through website. Codeigniter has a user guide which holds an awesome document which makes it easy to use the entire framework. So from the next video sessions we are going to cover about more topics of Codeigniter. So if you have any doubts in this video session, please write a comment. I will give my reply as soon as possible. Hope you like this video. Thanks for watching. Hi guys, welcome to the second video tutorial of Codeigniter for beginners. In this video we will see what is MVC. MVC stands for Model View Controller. MVC is a software approach that separates application logic from presentation. The model represents data structures. Model classes will contain functions that help to retrieve, insert, update and delete the information in the database. The view is the information that is being presented to a user. A view will normally be a web page, but in Codeigniter, a view can also be a page fragment like a header or footer. View can also be any other type of a page. The controller can be considered the middleman of the application. It works with the user taking the data and then working with the model to get the appropriate data and then working with the view to show the response to the user. The following image shows the MVC framework works. When the user carries out any action, it first goes to the controller and determines what should be done with the data. Therefore, the controller's job at this point is to determine which model should be called and then call the appropriate function within that model. After calling the function, it will catch the result. After it gets what information it needs from the model, it will send it to a view. The view here is responsible for data presentation to the user. The view will display the information it's given in the format it is structured with. So guys, this is what MVC is, and in the next video we will see the directory structure of the Codeigniter. Hope you like this video. Thanks for watching. Hi guys, welcome to the third video tutorial of Codeigniter for beginners, and in this video we will see the directory structure of Codeigniter. If you want to download Codeigniter, you can download it from codeigniter.com website. I have already downloaded the latest version of Codeigniter, that is 3.1.11. I have placed inside my htdocs folder. So guys, this is the zip file which I got when I downloaded the Codeigniter. I have extracted it into the CI folder. I will open this CI folder into Sublime Text Editor so that I can show you the directory structure of Codeigniter. So guys, this is the directory structure of Codeigniter. It is very important to understand the directory structure in Codeigniter if you want to develop applications successfully. Here you can see that Codeigniter application is basically divided into three folders, that is application folder, system folder and user guide, and some files such as index.php, license.txt, readme and etc. So let's start with index.php. Index.php is the entry point into the application. Here you can see a lot of code inside this index.php. As of now, no need to worry about this code. We will see later in the upcoming videos. License.txt is the license file of Codeigniter. Application folder. Application folder is the main development folder for you, where you will develop your project. It contains your controllers, models, views, configuration and many other files. It contains all the code of the project you are working on. In this application folder you can see several kind of folders. Cache. This folder is meant to store cache page of your application. Cache is a technique which help to load the page content faster. Config. This config folder contains all the configuration of your application. Inside this config folder you can see there are a lot of different files like Autoload.php. This file will load your libraries, helpers, or you can define your custom files so you don't have to call them again and again in your project. Config. Config contains the configuration of base URL, index file, URI protocol, etc. Database.php. This file contains the configuration of the database like database driver, database name, username, password, etc. In routes.php file you can set your default controller page. No need to worry as of now, we will see this later in the upcoming videos. Controllers. This folder contains all the controller of your application. Web application flow is controlled by the controller. All the server side functionalities are handled by the controller. In short, it controls the Codeigniter application. Core. This folder contains all the base classes of your application. Helpers. This folder contains all of the helper function and classes. Language. This folder contains all of the language files for your applications. Libraries. All the system library are contained in the system directory, but you can define your own library in this library folder. Models. This folder contains all of your database models. Models are used to load database queries. Third party. In this directory you can place all the third party plugins which will be used in your application. Views. It contains all your HTML files. Controller load file from view and then gives the output. System folder. The system folder contains all the core libraries, helpers and other core files. It is recommended to not change anything in this folder. Inside system folder there are some folders are present like core. This folder contains the core classes essential for proper working of the framework. Please do not try to change this directory. Database. This folder contains core database files like cage, driver, query builder, etc. Fonts. This folder have fonts related files. Helpers. The helper folder contains standard Codeigniter helpers like URL helper, array helper, cookie helper, date helper, etc. Libraries. This folder contains standard Codeigniter libraries. Language. This folder contains language files. User guide. It is the offline Codeigniter guide. In case of any query, you can read its user guide. You can learn here all the function, libraries, helper of Codeigniter. So guys, this is the directory structure of Codeigniter framework. Hope you like this video. Thanks for watching. Hi guys, welcome to the fourth tutorial of Codeigniter for beginners. In the last video we saw the directory structure of Codeigniter, and in this video we will see how Codeigniter works in web browser. So I will start XAMPP so that I can run a project in the browser. I have extracted Codeigniter zip file into the CI folder. So in the browser I will just type localhost and the folder name in which Codeigniter is there. So here we go. This is the welcome page from Codeigniter. It means that Codeigniter is running perfectly. The page which we are seeing here is generated dynamically by the Codeigniter, and this page is located inside views folder, and the corresponding controller for this page is found at controllers folder. So let's see how it works. The default controller is mentioned in the routes.php file. So here is the routes.php file, and inside that you can see that the default controller is set to welcome. All the controllers are found inside the controllers folder. So this is the controller folder, and you can see that welcome.php file is there, which is the default controller set by the Codeigniter in the routes.php. Let's open the welcome.php file, and here you can see that there is a index function. Index function run automatically when the controller is called. So inside index function we are loading the view, and all the views are found at views folder. So here inside the views folder you can see that welcome message.php file, and this file is nothing but a view which we are seeing here in the web browser. So this is how it works. Whenever the request is performed, controller is called, and controller is responsible to load the models and renders the views. Views are nothing but pages which end user will see in the web browser. Hope you like this video. Thanks for watching. Hi guys, welcome to the fifth tutorial of Codeigniter for beginners, and in this video we will see about controllers. We all know that Codeigniter follows MVC architecture, which is mainly used to separate the backend and the front end of the application to make it more flexible and friendly. And the controller work as the interface between the backend and the front end. All the logic of retrieving data from the database, displaying it to the user on web page, and again updating the data received from the user back to the database is done in controllers. Only the controller decides what to display on the web page and how to display it. Also, controller is a very important part of the application since it determines the HTTP request to run the application. URI of any application in the MVC architecture will be as follows. First, the domain name followed by controller class, then controller method, then arguments. This is the URI of application in the MVC architecture. The domain name can be localhost or server address, but further we have controller class, controller method and arguments. So here controller class and controller method decides which application and which method in that application to display. Actually all the logic of what to display is written in the controller class. So we can say that controller is a class file which decides the content to be displayed as well as the URI of the application. Let's see how to create a controller. So go to the controllers folder, create a new file, give it a name as you want. I am giving product.php. Save it. Now I will write a controller class. The controller class name should be same as file name, and the first letter of the controller class should be in caps. So my file name is product.php and the class name is also a product. This controller class should extend the ci_controller class so that it can inherit all the variables and methods declared in the CI controller class. Now I will write a function index. If the function is named index, it is automatically called in the URI. I mean, even if we don't specify its name in the URI after the controller class name, it is called automatically by default. So I will write one echo statement. This is an index function. Save this file, and to see the output go to the web browser, and after the index.php write the controller name, that is product. Here I am not writing any method name because index function will automatically call. So you can see the output. This is an index function which is coming from index function. But if the function name is different than index, we need to give the method name after the controller name. So let's create another function. I will name it as test and write one echo statement. Save this file, and to see the output of this test function, we have to write the method name after the controller name. So product is the controller name and test is the method name. So you can see the output from the test function. This is a test function. Let's see how to pass variables to the function. I will create one more function and give a name user and give two variables, name and age. Save this file, and in the browser after the controller name write the method name and pass two variables, that is name and age. So I am passing name and age, and you can see the output. Name is Saif, age is 32. This is how we pass variables to the function. So this is how controller is created and how the methods are written in the controller and how to pass the variables. If you have any doubts, please write it in the comments. I will reply as soon as possible. Thanks for watching. Hi guys, welcome to the 6th tutorial of Codeigniter for beginners, and in this video we will see about models. Model is a PHP file which deals with the backend of the application. Here backend can be a database or any external library. Communicating with a web service is also one kind of backend. So any type of backend functionality is written in model. Let's see how to create a model. Models are created inside models folder. So go to the models folder and create a new file. Give it a name as you want. I am giving user.php. Save that file. Now I will write a model class. The naming convention is that the class name should be same as the file name, and the first letter of the class name should be capital. And this model class extends CI underscore model class so that it can inherit all the method declared in the CI model. I will write one function, first name, and return one string. In order to access the functions of the model class in the controllers, first we need to load the model. To load the model in the controller, we need to write $this load model and the model class name, that is user. While loading the model class in the controller, we are creating a sub-object, and by using that sub-object we can access the functions of the model class. So $this model class name and the function name, that is first name. I will save it in a variable so that I can print that variable. So print $r $s. Save this file as well, and go to the web browser, and after index.php write the controller name. So product is our controller name. So you can see the output. So this is how models are created, and how the methods in the model is created, and how to access the functions in the controller. Hope you like this video, and if you have any doubts, please write it in comments. I will reply as soon as possible. Thanks for watching. Hi guys, welcome to the ongoing series of Codeigniter tutorials for beginners, and in this video we will see about views. A view is an HTML or PHP file in the Codeigniter which is used to display output on the browser, from where the user can interact with the website and perform operations. Views can contain elements such as header, footer, menu, sidebar, etc. on different pages, which can be shown together at a time on the browser. So views can be defined simply as a web page or a page fragment like header, footer, etc. Views can be embedded with other views also. Views are not called directly, they need to be loaded by a controller. So let's see how to create a view. Views are created and stored in the views folder. So in the views folder I will create a new file and give it name home.php. save that file. Now I will write some HTML tags. So this is the HTML tags. In the title I will write welcome to Codeigniter tutorial, and in the h1 I will write this is a view. Close the h1 tag and save it. So views are loaded in the controllers. So in the controllers folder I will create a new file and give it a name blog.php. Save that file. Now I will write a controller. So this is the controller, and to load a view we need to follow the following syntax. This load view and the file name, the second one is data, and third one is true or false. So this is the syntax to load a view. It has 3 parameters, of which first is mandatory and the rest 2 are optional. The first parameter file name is the name of the view file to be loaded, and it is mandatory. The second parameter $data is optional. The data to be passed to the view files dynamically through controller is passed in data parameter. It can take an associative array or an object as an input. The passed array keys or objects containing values are converted to variables and used in the specified view files. And the third optional parameter controls the behavior of the function, which allows it to display the data in browser or return the data in a variable to process it further. View. This load view and the file name. In our case, home is the file name. Just save it and open the web browser, and after the index.php call the controller. In our case, blog is the controller. So you can see the output. This is a view, which means that view is loaded in the controller and it is displayed in the web browser. Let's see how dynamically a data is passed to a view from controller. So first I will create a model and load that model in a controller and fetch the data from the model, and that data I will pass to a view. So first create a model. So go to the models folder and create a new file. I will give it a name user model.php. Save that file. Now I will write model class. So this is the model class. Inside that I will write a function, public function get users. In that function I will return an array of user accounts. First name, and last name. So here I have created a model, and inside that a function get user, and I am returning 3 user accounts. So I will save this file and load this model in the controller. To load the model, we need to write $this load model and the model name, that is user model. Now I will fetch the user accounts in a user variable. This user model and the function name, that is get users. So here I have loaded the model and fetch the user accounts in the variable user. Now to pass the data to a view, we need to pass a array. So I will change this variable user to a data array and pass this data as a second parameter. So $data. So now this data is passing into a view as a second parameter. Save this file and go to the view and create a table. As we are passing an array, I will write for each loop so that I can display it in a table. So PHP for each $users as user. And I will print each name. $user first name. I will print in a table each name. $user last name. And I will end for each loop. Now save this file, go to the web browser and call the controller. So block is our controller. So you can see the output Muhammad Saif, Sayyid Mujahid and Muhammad Arman, which I am getting from the users model. So this is how data is passed dynamically from controller to a view. So in this video we saw what is a view, how it is loaded in the controller, and how the data is passed dynamically to a view from the controller. Hope you like this video. If you have any doubts, please write it in the comments. I will reply as soon as possible. Thanks for watching. Hi guys, welcome to the ongoing series of Codeigniter tutorials for beginners. And in this video we will see how to connect Codeigniter framework with database. So to connect a Codeigniter with a database, first we need to have a database. So I have already created a database by name users, and I have created one table inside that database by name user details. I have inserted some values in the table. So to connect this database with the Codeigniter, we need to first configure the database.php file. So go to the config folder and open the database.php file. Here we need to set some values. So I am at the local host, so the host name will be localhost, username will be root, as I don't have any password, so I will keep it as it is, and database is users and DB driver is MySQLi. Save this file and go to the model. I'll fetch the data here in the user model. So I will remove this static array, and to write the queries for fetching the data from the database table, first we need to load the database. So $this load database. So after loading the database, we can write the query by this db object, db query, and I will write the query. Select star from my table name. My table name is user details. I will store it in a query. So this query is an object. By using this query, we can get the result, or we can count the number of rows by using functions. So $query and result. By using result, we can get the output. Let's see what we are getting by using print r. $query and result. Just save this file and go to the web browser and call the controller localhost index.php, and blog is our controller. So you can see that we are getting array of object, but we need only arrays. So to convert array object into array, we need to provide result array. Now I will return this result array, because in the model we are loading this user model, because in the controller we are loading the user model and fetching the data, and this data we are passing in the views, and inside view we are writing for each and printing the values. So save this file and go to the browser again and just refresh it. So you are seeing the output. This data is coming from the database. So this is how we connect the database with the Codeigniter and fetch the data. Hope you like this video. If you have any doubts, please write it in comments. I will reply as soon as possible. So thanks for watching. Hi guys, welcome to ongoing series of Codeigniter tutorials for beginners, and in this video I will show you how to remove this index.php from URL. So if you remove now this index.php from the URL, it will give you error. So to remove this index.php, we have to create .htaccess file in the project. So go to the project and create a new file and save it by name .htaccess. Now copy these lines and paste it in .htaccess file. I will give these lines of code in the description. Only you have to change this CI with your project folder. Save this file and now go to the web browser and remove this index.php. So now you can see there is no error. So this is how we remove index.php from the web browser. We remove index.php to make it SEO friendly and clean the URLs. Hope you like this video. If you have any doubts, please write it in the comments. I will reply as soon as possible. Thanks for watching. Hi guys, welcome to ongoing series of Codeigniter tutorials for beginners. In this video we will see about Query Builder class. Query Builder class is a pattern that allows information to be retrieved, inserted and updated in your database with minimal scripting. Let's go to the code and see what does it mean. Here you can see that I wrote regular MySQLite query, select star from user details to fetch the data from database. Now if I use Query Builder class, I will change this query to get function and remove select star from. I will keep only the table name, user details. This will give me the same output as select star from user details. Here you can see that if I am using Query Builder class, my code is becoming less. This is normal select query. Sometimes we need to write a big queries to perform big database operations like we have to use where clause, join operations we need to perform. At that time, if we are using regular queries, our queries become complex. But if we are using Query Builder class, only 1 or 2 line of code is enough to perform database operations. The major benefit of Query Builder class is that it makes your application database independent. It means that now I am using DB driver as MySQLite. Suppose I want to change it to something else like PDO or iBase. If I am using Query Builder class, I need to change only the DB driver. No need to change the query. But if I am using regular queries like select star from user details, I need to change the query also according to the DB driver as well as the DB driver name. So this is the major benefit of Query Builder class. And another benefit of Query Builder class is that it allows safer queries, since the values are escaped automatically by the system. But if you are writing regular queries, you need to write the escape string as escape strings to make your application secure. So these are the things about Query Builder class. If you want to practice, you can go to the documentation of Codeigniter and you can see it. There is a lot of information about Query Builder class and their functions. You can practice it from here, and if you have any doubts, write it in the comments. I will reply as soon as possible. Hope you like this video. Thanks for watching. Hi guys, welcome to ongoing series of Codeigniter tutorials for beginners. In this video we will see about Autoload.php file. Codeigniter provides us with an autoload feature which permits us to load libraries, models, helpers, etc. automatically when the system runs. So if we want something to be available globally in our application, it should be autoloaded in Autoload.php file. Autoload.php file is present inside config folder. So this is Autoload.php file. Open it and you can see that these are the things you can load automatically. That is packages, libraries, drivers, helper files, custom config files, language files and models. All the instructions to autoload the particular file is provided in this Autoload.php file, and it contains separate arrays to load packages, to load libraries. There is separate array. You can see here this array is for loading libraries, like that. For loading drivers, separate array is there. For loading helper, separate array. For config, separate array, and language, separate array, and for model, separate array. Let's see with an example how to use autoload feature. You know that whenever we want to connect our application with the database, first we need to load the database. So in my previous video, I have loaded the database inside getUser function of user model. This database will be loaded when getUser function is called. If I have to load the database throughout the class, I need to create constructor, and inside that constructor I have to load database so that it can be used throughout the class. Like this, I have to load the database inside the constructor. This will be okay if I have one or two classes and I need to connect with the database at one or two places. But if my application is big and I have to connect my application with the database at multiple times, then I have to go in each class, I have to create constructor, I have to load the database. So to overcome this problem, instead of going and loading the database in each file, we can auto-load the database inside Autoload.php, so that database will be automatically available when the application starts. So inside the Autoload.php file, I will go to the library array and I will write database. No need of writing any extension. That's it. If I write database in Autoload.php file, my database will be available automatically, so that I can remove from here. No need of writing database, I can remove from here also. Now if I save this file and run my application in the browser, refresh it, see, you can see the output. So this is how Autoload.php file works. Like that, you can autoload helper files, models, config files, drivers, etc. So this is about Autoload.php file. If you have any doubts, please write it in the comments. I will reply as soon as possible. Hope you like this video. Thanks for watching. Hi guys, welcome to ongoing series of Codeigniter tutorials for beginners. In this video, we will see about libraries. The essential part of a Codeigniter framework is its libraries. Libraries are reusable code or reusable classes or objects already predefined in Codeigniter. For different functionality, we use different libraries. Like for loading session, we use session library. For form validations, we use form validation library. For database connection or database queries, we use database library. So these libraries are already predefined in Codeigniter. We just need to call them to use. You can go to the Codeigniter documentation and see how to use the libraries. See, these are the list of libraries. By using libraries, we can increase the speed of developing an application. Let's see how to load the library. Generally, libraries are loaded within the controller. So to load a library, I will write $this load library and the library name. Let's keep form validation. So this is how form validation library has been loaded. Now I can use the functions of form validation by using its object form validation set rules. This is a function in form validation class. Like this, I can use form validation library. Suppose I have to load multiple libraries, I can write it in array. So I will write array, and inside that I will pass the list of libraries like form validation, email library session, etc. Like this I can load multiple libraries. So this is about libraries in Codeigniter. We will see in our upcoming videos how to use important libraries like form validation, email, pagination, file uploading library. So this is about libraries in Codeigniter. If you have any doubts, please write it in the comments. I will reply as soon as possible. Hope you like this video. Thanks for watching. Hi guys, welcome to ongoing series of Codeigniter tutorials for beginners. In this video we will see about helper. Helper, as the name suggests, help you with tasks. Each helper file is a collection of functions in particular category. Go to the documentation of Codeigniter and you can see Codeigniter provide lot of helper files. There are URL helpers that assist in creating links. Form helpers help in creating form elements. Cookie helper set and read cookies. File helper help with files. Helpers are not written in an object-oriented format. They are simple procedural functions. Each helper function performs one specific task, and one function is not dependent on another function. To use the helper file, first we need to load the helper. So to load the helper file, we need to write $this load helper and name of the helper. I will load HTML helper, so I am writing HTML. That's it. Save this file. Once the helper is loaded, it will be available globally in your controller and views. So now after loading the helper file, I can use helper functions. So I will go first, I will show you what is the output of my project. Localhost CI and controller name, that is block. See, you can see this output. Now I will go to the view file, and after this is a view, I will write a break function. So $PHP echo br. Br is used to break the line. I will save it, and again I go to the browser and refresh it. So you can see that one line has been breaked. If I want to break 2 times, I will write 2 and save this file and go to the browser, refresh it. You can see that the line has breaked 2 times. So this is about helper. If you have any doubts, you can write it in the comments. I will reply as soon as possible. Hope you like this video. Thanks for watching. Hi guys, welcome to ongoing series of Codeigniter tutorials for beginners. In this video I will discuss how to add Bootstrap, CSS and jQuery files into your project. So to add Bootstrap, go to the Bootstrap CDN website. You can see that Bootstrap main.css, Bootstrap main.js links are there. Go to this link, copy this all and go to your project. You have to create a new folder to your root directory and name it as assets, and inside assets folder create 2 more folders by name CSS and JS. Now go to the CSS folder and create a new file, name it as bootstrap.min.css. Save it. Now paste this code. Save this file. Now go out to the bootstrapcdn.com and copy this bootstrap min.jss file. So copy this all bootstrap min.jss, go to the JS folder, create a new file, name it as bootstrap.min.js. Save this file, paste the code, save it. Now we need to add jQuery. So go to the jQuery website and so copy this all code and go to the project, inside JS file, create a new file, name it jQuery 3.4.1.js. Save this file and paste the code, save again. So now we have added Bootstrap and jQuery and Bootstrap CSS file in our project. Now we need to link all these in our view. So to link, I will write a link tag and write php base URL. Base URL gives you a link till our project name. So base URL give till localhost/ci till the, it means till the project it gives the URL, and after that we have to write the URL where the files are there. So it's there in assets CSS. First I will write bootstrap min.css. Will close PHP. Now I will link, I will write script because I am adding JS files. Base URL, inside base URL, assets. Now I am adding JS files. JS. First I will add jQuery. jQuery 3.4.1.js. I will close PHP. Now I will add Bootstrap JS. src. Base URL, assets JS bootstrap min.js. I will close the tag. That's it. Now after I have created the links inside our view, I will save it. So this base URL is a helper file, so we need to first load the helper file. So to load the helper file, I will go inside application config file and in Autoload.php I will autoload the helper file. So inside helper I will write URL. Just save it. Now go to the browser and refresh your page. You can see that the output has changed as Bootstrap and jQuery files have been inserted. So this is how we add Bootstrap and jQuery inside our project. If you have any doubts, please write it in the comments. I will reply as soon as possible. And the links from where I have copied the code, I will give you in the description. Hope you like this video. Thanks for watching. Hi guys, welcome to ongoing series of Codeigniter tutorials for beginners. In this video, we will discuss about form validation. In any website, the main thing for form is validation. There are many ways for validation, but one of the most secure way it is to do at server side. Codeigniter is having that feature available inbuilt. There are some basic steps to implement. We will see it by an example. Usually forms are submitted by the end user, so there may be a chances that user enters an invalid data and submit that form, and that invalid data is stored in database, so there may be a chances for crashing an application or database. So to prevent that thing, or to prevent receiving invalid data from the forms, we do form validation. We set some rules to the input fields so that if that thing is matches with the data entered or submitted by the user, then only the form is submitted. Otherwise, form is not submitted. It means that when we are submitting when we are setting a rule to a field, like this field should be not be empty, or this field should contain minimum of these characters, or this field should have numeric values only. If that field has a numeric value, and if the user submits some alphabets like something, then it should show the error to the user that this field should contain numeric values only, or the email field is there. We need to tell the user that this field should contain email value or full format of email. If the user submits half of the email and submit the form, then it should show the error. So let's see by an example. So to work with the form, first we need to load the library form validation and a helper form. So I will autoload it in the Autoload.php, and inside the library I will write form validation, and in the helper I will write form. Just save it. I have created a view by name register, and inside that register view I have created a form. This is a simple form with 4 fields by label name, email, password and telephone, and one submit button. Now I will create a controller by name register .php. Save it. Now I will write a controller inside that. So this is my register controller. I will load a view register. This load view and the register. Now I will just save it, and I will go to the browser and call that controller, that is register. So this is the form. Now to validate the form, I need to set rules inside the controller. So first I will comment or remove this, otherwise it will show two forms. So now I will write form validation rules. So $this form validation set rules. This take three parameters. First one is the name of the field, second one is the name which we want to show in the error, and third one is the required or any value which we want to set to the field, that is I will write required to the name field. I will copy this. I have 4 input fields. I will second one is email, password and telephone. Here I will give required, and another one should be valid email, so that this field should have full email value. Third one is password, I think, yes, password. And for this field also I will give required and minimum length. I will set minimum length, that should be of 8 characters. And the last one is telephone. And I will keep only required. So after setting the rules, we need to check if this form validation runs correct or not. So for that I will write if statement, and this form validation, and whether it runs or not correctly, I will see this one, run true, that is if all the fields is correct. Then I will print one statement, echo successfully submitted. Else, if the fields have invalid data, I will load the form only, that is this load that's it. So till here the form validation rules have been set. Now inside the view I will show the error. So I will write div class I will write a PHP echo, so that we can show the errors. So I will echo form or error. So here I will write a name and close PHP and div. I will copy this and paste to all the fields. I need to change the name. it is email. Here I need to change to password. This I am changing by this, and here the form error name is telephone. So save this view and now go to the browser and refresh this. Now submit the form without any fields. So here you will see error is showing, but the error is not in that format, because I have mistake with D. Now go to the browser, refresh it, now submit. Here you can see the error field. If you submit one thing and email format is not valid, or submit, you will see the email field must contain a valid email address, because we have given invalid email address, and here we only give 6 characters, so the error is showing this password field must be at least 8 characters in length. So now we enter the valid values. I'm giving 8 characters, more than 8. Now when we submit, you are seeing successfully submitted output, because all the fields are valid. So like this we implement form validation. If you have any doubts, please write it in the comments. I will reply as soon as possible. Hope you like this video. Thanks for watching.